gifted the Barren princess to humiliate him. Now the human father's an heir, and the king seethes. Eli Ward pressed the stylus to the treaty pad, sealing the ink with his thumbprint. The grand hall echoed with alien laughter. King Droven Ball leaned forward on his throne, iridescent scales gleaming under the dome lights. Behold, the human envoy binds himself to our bloodline. Or what's left of it. His voice boomed, drawing snickers from the court. Take your prize, Terran. Princess Saren, the Barren one. A fitting match for your primitive seed. Eli kept his face neutral. He scanned the treaty one last time. Clause 17, Union irrevocable post-signature. No dissolution without mutual consent. He straightened. The alliance holds, Your Majesty. As written. The king waved a clawed hand. Guards hauled a veiled figure forward. Princess Saren Val stood rigid, her silver gown pooling like liquid metal. 4 arms hung at her sides, 2 folded across her chest, 2 limp. Her head crest quivered slightly, the only sign of tension. She's yours now, Droven sneered. Prove your worth. Or fail spectacularly. Eli met Saren's gaze through the veil. Emerald eyes stared back, unblinking. He nodded once. Princess. She said nothing. The court jeered as guards shoved her toward him. Eli guided her from the hall, his hand light on her elbow. Whispers followed. Human filth. She'll shatter him. In the antechamber, servants thrust separate quarters keys at him. Human wing. Princess retains hers. Eli pocketed his key and dropped hers into a waste chute.
No, we share her wing.
Treaty Clause 9. Spouses cohabitate immediately. Cultural exceptions voided by emergency protocol. The head servant blinked multifaceted eyes. But, fetch our things. Eli turned to Saren. If you'll lead. Her crest flattened. She swept past without a word, robes hissing over marble floors. Saren's wing sprawled like a fortress. High arches, glowing crystal walls, scent of spice and stone. She barred the inner door with a gesture. Hollow locks engaged. Eli set his case down. I'll take the outer suite. You keep privacy. She whirled, veil discarded, sharp features, pale blue skin etched with ritual scars. Why do this? Separate quarters humiliate no one. Proximity builds trust. Or reveals deceit. He unpacked methodically. Datapad. Treaty printout. Medkit. King wants us apart. I read the fine print. Her forearms tensed. One pair crossed, the other clenched. You read nothing of me. Return to the king. Demand annulment. I am Barren. The court knows. Eli met her stare. Treaty says no. Prey on technicalities? Her voice sharpened, ridges along her neck flaring. Humans conquer with words. Words are tools, like claws. He tapped the datapad. Clause 22. No medical overrides without spousal consent. Your fertility stays private. She paced, tail lashing. Lies. Droven controls the physicians. A chime interrupted. Chancellor Ilex Morrow slithered in, robes whispering. Envoy Ward, a routine inspection. Princess Saren's health requires verification. Fertility confirmation, per royal decree. Eli blocked the doorway. Denied. Treaty Clause 22. Ilex's tendrils twitched. Royal override. Voided. Emergency protocol activates on signature. Signatory health data classified bilateral. Eli projected the clause. Holotext glowed. The Chancellor's eyes narrowed. The king will not escalate to arbitration. Alliance fractures. Eli smiled faintly. Your move. Ilex hesitated. Captain Rune Keth loomed behind, armored bulk filling the hall. The guard captain's mandibles clicked. Chancellor. The human quotes law true. Ilex retreated. This insult will be addressed. The door sealed. Saren stared. You turned him away. For me? Standard procedure. Eli resumed unpacking. Rune lingered outside, optic clusters scanning Eli. Terran, you prevented breach. But humans lie. Eli nodded. Watch. Judge actions. Night cycle dimmed the crystals. Eli reviewed dispatches in the outer suite. Footsteps approached. Saren entered, clad in sleep robes. Test me, human. Why protect a barren mate? Test passed when you walked beside me. He set the pad aside. King uses you as bait. I don't. Her crest rose slightly. Droven discarded me after 3 failed clutches. Court calls me curse. You claim ignorance? Prejudice wastes time. Eli stood. Alliance needs heirs or not. We adapt. She stepped closer, one hand probing his arm, testing muscle. Pulse. Humans breed easy. Why chain to failure? Chains cut both ways. He held still. Trust earned, not demanded. Her touch lingered. Warmth spread through thin fabric. King plots. Ilex whispers of your inferiority. Proof, via my womb. Eli pulled up schematics. Palace vents. Guard rotations. We map threats. You fight his game. Saren's eyes softened. Alone? Together? He traced a weak point. Your knowledge. My systems. Dawn cycle brightened. Rune knocked. Intruders probed outer gates. Human wing. Untouched. Eli glanced at Saren. She nodded, arms unfolding in sync. Captain. Join us. Eli opened the door. Your palace. Our defense. Rune entered warily. Why trust you, off-worlder? Eli projected the map because I blocked the inspection. And this. Rune studied it, mandibles stilled. Flawless. How? Patterns. Eli pointed. Humans see them. Saren leaned in, shoulder brushing Eli's. He sees me. Court summons blared. King Droven's hologram flickered. Envoy. Inspection proceeds. Guards, seize the princess. Rune drew blades. No. Eli activated recorder. Clause 22 invoked. Arbitration now. Droven roared. Traitor guards. Saren gripped Eli's hand, forefinger strong. Stand. Captain Run barred the door. Alliance holds. Hollow feed cut. Silence fell. Saren turned to Eli.
You said no to his gift.
Eli squeezed back. Fine print. And you. Her crest flared high, trust blooming, but alarms wailed. Ilex's voice echoed. Containment breach. Human exposed. Eli grabbed the datapad. Time to outmaneuver. Saren smiled. Fierce. Together. Eli slammed the datapad onto the table. Red alerts pulsed across the screen. Containment breach. Wing 7 compromised. Ilex's voice looped from hidden speakers. Human contaminants detected. Evacuate the princess. Saren's four-fingered hand tightened on his arm. Trap. Rune spun, blades half-drawn. Source? Eli traced the feed. False reading spiked from the service vents. Same weak point he'd flagged earlier. Planted. Morrow's play. He killed the audio with an override code. Silence dropped. We seal it. Saren pulled back, crest flattening. You assume command again. Her voice sharpened, protocols kicking in. Envoy Ward recite Wing Edict 17. No off-worlder. Alters access without royal witness. Eli met her gaze. She tested him now. Post-crisis. Earned trust or not, palace rules bound her. He nodded. Witness granted. Princess present. He swiped the pad, projecting live schematics. Vents glowed red. Staff routines first. Who enters daily? Rune grunted. Steward Lorak. Cleansers at cycle 3. Guards rotate. Map it. Eli handed him a stylus. Every face, every shift. He moved to the door panel, fingers flying over locks. Biometric seals clicked into place, his overrides from the inspection block. No one in or out without triple auth. Saren watched, arms crossed. You audit my home like a siege site. Your home needs it. Eli pointed to a blind spot. Cleanser path overlaps guard post. Lorak's window, 5 minutes unmonitored. Rune's mandibles clicked approval. Lorak. Loyal to the king. Dawn cycle shifted to midday glare. Servants scratched at the door. Routine trays. Eli scanned them via outer cam. Denied. Vetted. Only. Saren's eyes narrowed. You starve us on suspicion? Eli opened a side panel, pulling sealed rations from his envoy kit. Human standard. Nutridense. No toxins. He cracked one. Ate first. See? She hesitated. Then took it. Bit down. Crest twitched. Surprise. Efficient. Hours blurred into audits. Eli logged every staffer. Entry logs cross-checked against palace manifests. Rune cross-verified faces. Saren recited protocols, her voice a steady drill. Edict 40. Husbands defer to wives in private wing. Noted. Eli locked the final access point. Wing sealed. Threats mapped. Next. Rumors. Chancellor Moro's hologram flickered, uninvited from a wall panel. King's override. Envoy. Court whispers grow. Human fertility toxins. Your seed poisons royals. Proof. The princess's barren state worsens. Eli killed the feed. Classic. Discredit the Union. Saren recoiled, hand to her midsection. He weaponizes my shame, Rune snarled. Lies. But servants listen. Eli stood. Source it. Head steward. Lorak. He spreads it. He grabbed his coat. Confront him. Saren blocked the door. Protocol. Royals do not chase servants. Eli sidestepped. I do. Your name stays clean. He nodded to Ruan. Captain. Flank. They moved through service corridors. Eli's map guiding. Low hum of vents. Acrid scent of alien cleaners. Lorak hunched in the steward alcove. Datapad glowing with court feeds. Steward. Eli's voice cut flat. Rumor origin. Lorak spun, tendrils quivering. Envoy, I serve. Eli projected the logs. Your pad pinged Moro's channel. 12 disseminates guards, report whispers from your shifts. Rune loomed. Confess. Lorak wilted. Chancellor orders. Prove human inferiority. Princess as evidence. Eli leaned in. You're replaced. Bedded staff only. Rune's picks. Rune nodded. Done. My kin. Loyal. Lorak slunk away under guard. Eli exhaled. Wing. Secure. Back in the wing. Saren waited. Perched on a ledge perch. You handled him. No spectacle. Systems work. Eli updated the map. No leverage if no access. She slid down. Closer. Court summonses rise. Father pushes. Alarms quieted. Midday feast cycle approached. Mandatory. Eli checked feeds. Courtiers massed at outer halls. Ambush incoming. Saren straightened. I attend. Alone. No. Eli blocked her path. Together. My lead. Her crest flared doubt. Human etiquette fails here. Watch. He synced his pad to PalaceNet. Protocol 91. Consorts shield primaries. She paused.
You memorized?
Patterns.
He offered his arm, human style, adapted.
4 fingers met 5. Trust, the audit. They entered the grand hall. Crystal chimes rang. King Drovan loomed on his dais. Ilex at his side. Courtiers hissed, prejudice thick as incense. Barren bride. Toxin groom. Drovan's eyes gleamed. Envoy. Prove fitness. Drink the chalice, fertility rite. Ilex smiled, sliding forward a goblet. Steaming liquid swirled. Eli's scan pinged. Neurotoxin. Keyed to human biology. Saren tensed beside him. Eli took the chalice. Courtiers leaned in, expectant. He raised it. Clause 14, spouses share rights. He offered it to Saren first. Gasps rippled. Drovan barked. She refuses off-world poison. Saren met Eli's eyes, saw the scan flicker on his cuff projector. Subtle. She took it, sipped deep, shared. Handed it back. Eli drank. Slow. No reaction. His metabolism burned at neutral. Fitness proven. Ilex paled. Impossible, Drovan roared. Fraud! Eli pulled Saren behind him as guards surged. Rune's voice boomed from the wings. Stand down! Bedded command. Chaos erupted, blades out. Eli shielded her, arm barring a lunging courtier. Saren drew her own ceremonial dagger, back to back. Your lead. He pivoted, directing Rune's team via comm. Flank left, Ben access. Guards peeled off, cutting ambush lines. Drovan fled the dais. Ilex bolted. Hall cleared in minutes. Saren sheathed her blade, breathing steady. Shoulder brushed his. Deliberate. You mapped them too. Patterns. Eli lowered his arm. Her hand lingered on his. Captain Rune approached, saluting. Hall secure. King's retreat noted. Saren's crest rose high. Eli ward. Not leverage. Partner. He squeezed her fingers. Family starts here. But outer feeds buzzed. Ilex's escape pod launched. A new transmission crackled. Empire fleet inbound. Arbitration denied. Seize the human. Eli's pad lit with incoming signatures. Dozens. Saren gripped tighter. They come for us. King Drovan thrust his goblet skyward. A toast to fertility and the vigor of Vol bloodlines. The banquet hall exploded in cheers. Eli Ward kept his eyes on the servers weaving through the crowd. Saren's hand tensed under his on the tablecloth. She labeled Barren by court whispers, cast-off princess in this political farce of a marriage. Droven's gaze locked on them, lips curling. "Stand, human envoy." "Princess Saren!" Droven bellowed. "Prove your union bears fruit, or admit the off-world taint!" Murmurs swelled to jeers. Eli rose smooth, pulling Saren up with him. Her scales shimmered under the crystal chandeliers, crest low but eyes sharp. She met his gaze, testing, always testing. The king laughed. "She drinks first from your cup, human. Or does your weak seed fear Vol scrutiny?" Saren gripped Eli's arm. "Hard!" She yanked him forward, onto the polished dance floor. Gasps silenced the hall. Royal compliance display. Ancient rite. Spouses mirrored steps, bodies close, signaling unbreakable bond. Refusal meant fracture. Eli matched her stride. One hand at her waist light. Her tail brushed his leg. Deliberate. They circled, precise. Saren's movements fluid. Imperial training evident. Eli mirrored without flourish. Steps economical. Crowd hushed. Droven's face purpled. "Insolent!" Droven spat as they halted before the dais. "Your kind dilutes us. Barren witch and mudblood envoy. Mockery." Eli released Saren slow. Faced the king. Article 17, Treaty of Thalor. Off-world unions validated by mutual consent and right completion. "Contested formally, your majesty? Or the Empire arbitrates." Droven recoiled. Courtiers shifted. Chancellor Ilex Moro leaned in, whispering. Eli clocked it. Server patterns off. 3 lingered near their table, trays low, avoiding main paths. Poison play. Classic intrigue. "Captain Run!" Eli pitched his voice low, comping to the guard commander at hall's edge. Rune's eyes narrowed. Human distrust etched deep, but he nodded curt. Eli tapped his cuff projector. Anomaly flagged. Servers converged. One approached their table. Cup extended. Golden liquid swirled. Runes surged from shadows. Gauntlet clamping the wrist. Cup shattered on marble. Vapors hissed. Acrid.
Contaminant!
Rune barked. Hall froze. Moro shot up. The human poisoned it. "Seize him. Formal inquiry." Guards hesitated. Droven pounded his throne arm. "Yes. Proof of inferiority." Eli stepped forward, palm out. Tested. Share rights. Vol custom spouses drink first from contested vessel. Saren's crest flicked up. Surprise. Trust. She nodded once. Rune retrieved shards. Reassembled a fresh cup from reserves. Protocol kit. Poured the suspect liquid. Eli offered it to her first. Gasps ripped the air. Droven barked. "She refuses off-world poison." Eli's cuff flickered. Subtle scan. Toxin profile. Neural paralytic. Keyed to Vol metabolism. Human neutral. He held steady. Saren locked eyes. Took the cup. Sipped deep. Shared. Handed it back. Eli drank. Slow. Burned neutral in his gut. Metabolism shredded it. Fitness proven. Ilex paled. "Impossible!" Droven roared. "Fraud." Guards loyal to the king surged. Blades gleamed. Eli pulled Saren behind him, arm barring the path. She drew her ceremonial dagger back to back. Your lead. Chaos boiled. Courtiers lunged. Opportunistic. Eli pivoted. Calm lav. Run. Flank left. Vent access. Cut ambush lines. Rune bellowed. Vetted command. Secure the envoy pair. His team peeled off. Precise. Blocked vents. Herded threats. Eli shielded Saren. Deflected a courtier's slash with his reinforced cuff. She struck low. Dagger flashing. Foe dropped. Droven bolted from the dais, robes flapping. Ilex sprinted for side exit. Pod hatch hissing open. Hall cleared in minutes. Bodies slumped. Secured. Rune approached, saluting crisp. Hall secure. King's retreat noted. Chancellor's pod launched. Saren sheathed her blade, breathing steady. Her shoulder brushed his. Deliberate pressure. You mapped them too. Patterns, Eli said. Lowered his arm. Her hand lingered on his. Warm scales against skin. He squeezed her fingers. Firm. Captain Ruin eyed him. Human vigilance saved the right. Distrust reconsidered. Saren's crest rose high. Ellie Ward. Not leverage. Partner. Family starts here, Eli replied. Outer feeds buzzed. Holo screens flickered. Ilex's transmission crackled. Empire fleet inbound. Arbitration denied. Seize the human. Eli's pad lit. Incoming signatures. Dozens of warships. Vectors locked on Palace orbit. Saren gripped tighter. They come for us. Eli scanned trajectories. 3 minutes to blockade. He pulled her toward secure wing. Run. Evac routes. We hold the treaty. Rune drew blade. With you. Alarms wailed. The hall doors sealed. King's override. But Eli spotted the override panel. Saren, your dagger. Pry here.
She jammed it in. Twisted.
Sparks flew. Doors hissed free. They sprinted corridors, ruin covering rear. Boots echoed on stone. Saren matched Eli's pace. Tail coiled for balance. No words needed, trust locked in. First tremor hit. Fleet salvo rattled the palace. Walls groaned. Armory. Ruin grunted. 2 levels down. Eli nodded. Hacked a side panel. Human override code from pre-marriage brief. Lights dimmed. Emergency paths glowed. They burst into armory. Racks of plasma lances. Void suits. Saren grabbed a royal carbine. Checked charge. King's fleet codes. Mine now. Eli suited up. Visor linking fleet data. 42 vessels. Vol signatures. But Ilex rerouted. Blockade intent. Isolate us. Rune sealed his helm. They want you discredited. Princess reclaimed. Saren's eyes burned through her visor. No. Eli plotted jumps. Private dock. Your yacht. Faster than pods. She punched codes. Hatch irised. Yacht hummed alive. Sleek Vol predator craft. They strapped in. Engines roared. Saren at controls. Hands steady. Eli co-piloted. Evasive mapped. Launch bay doors ground open. Void yawned. Fleet silhouettes loomed. Weapons hot. Go, Eli said. She punched thrust. Yacht bucked free, weaving laser fire. Run manned turrets. Shots lanced out, crippling a frigate. Shields held. Barely. Incoming hail, Eli said. Drovin's face filled screen. Surrender the Barren failure and her pet human. Saren killed the feed. Family evades. Eli grinned faint. Patterns shifted. Fleet blind spot. There, jump vector. She aligned. Stars streaked hyperspace. Safe, for now. But sensors pinged. Trailing signatures. Ilex's ploy deepened. Saren leaned back. Hand found his again, squeezed. You see what we miss. Teamwork, Eli said. Rune grunted approval. Human stays. Palace feeds looped below. Chaos reigned. Droven exposed, fleeing king. Empire couldn't control this union. Not anymore. Yet the pursuit closed. One ship dropped from jump. Weapons live. Brace, Saren said. Eli locked weapons. Fight on. Eli's fingers danced across the weapons console. Plasma bolts lanced from the yacht's turrets. The pursuing frigate shuddered, shields flaring violet. Port side weak, Rune barked from his station. His shots hammered the breach. Hull plates buckled. Saren jinked hard. Inertia pinned Eli to his seat. Stars whipped past. The frigate exploded in silent fire. Debris scattered. Clear, Eli said. He scanned sensors. No more signatures. Saren eased thrust. Embassy vector locked. 10 minutes. Rune unstrapped. Clean kill. Human aim saves us again.
Eli wiped sweat. Your targeting data fed it.
Her hand brushed his shoulder. Warmth lingered. Trust solidified in the void. Docking clamps thudded home. Embassy airlock cycled. Neutral ground. Human flags etched in alloy beside Vol crests. Guards waved them through. No fanfare. Alarms blared in the corridor. Inquiry lockdown, a voice boomed. All principals to secure quarters. King's decree pending review. Saren's jaw tightened. They twist the escape into treason. Eli checked his pad. Deeds confirmed. Droven claimed abduction. Morrow spun it as human aggression. Private safe room, Saren ordered. She gripped Eli's arm. You share mine. Proximity proves alliance. Rune nodded. I post guards. They entered her chamber. Blast doors sealed with a hiss. Hollow screens flickered. External cams showed embassy swarming with Vol enforcers. Lockdown goal. Isolate. Break us. Saren said. She paced, scales glinting under lights. Droven wants divorce decree. Eli unpacked his kit. We build proof first. He activated the wall panel. A hollow board materialized. Timelines branching like veins. Saren watched. What proof? Palace incident yesterday. Poison attempt on you? Our movements clear us. Eli plotted points. Timestamps. Locations. Witnesses. You hear briefing council. Me in envoy wing. Logged calls. Rune patrolled East Hall. She leaned in. Frills along her neck quivered. Curiosity edged suspicion. Run verifies? Eli pinged the captain. Task 1. Pull guard rotations. Cross-check with cams. Rune's face appeared. Done. Sending now. Data flowed. Eli slotted it. Gaps filled. No overlap with toxin deployed. Saren traced a node. Morrow's clinic visit. That morning. Eli paused.
Your medical.
Her eyes dropped. The Barren label, stamped official. Voice cracked once. She straightened. Clinic under court control. Droven's whisper. Human seed fails alien womb. Union proves inferiority. Eli's gut twisted. Not anger. Focus. Lies weaponized. We test independent. She searched his face. You believe? Test first. He linked embassy comms. Neutral authority. Human med scans calibrated for Vol physiology. No bias. Her frills smoothed. Hand rested on his.
Arrange it.
Eli drafted the request. Embassy Chief Med Officer responded. Approved. Shuttle to offsite clinic in 1 hour. Secure route. Doors unsealed for transfer. Rune flanked them. Embassy shuttle hummed to life. Halfway out, sensors screamed. Ambush! Rune yelled. Convoys rerouted. Ball signatures blocked the path. Missiles inbound. Eli strapped in. Evasive. Private dock. Reroute. Shuttle bucked. Explosions rocked hull. Rune fired countermeasures. Not random, Saren said. Her fingers flew over overrides. Morrow. Hail pierced interference. King's face sneered. Surrender the barren failure. Eli killed it. Yacht. Now. They ditched shuttle debris. Docked hard at Saren's private craft. Strapped in. Engines roared. Launch bay irised. Void beckoned. Fleet loomed. Weapons hot. Saren punched thrust. Yacht tore free. Lasers grazing shields. Eli locked weapons. Rune manned secondaries. Bolts traded. Blind spot. Eli plotted. Jump there. She aligned. Hyperspace swallowed them. Sensors pinged trailers. Pursuit deepened. Safe room hollow board data synced to Eli's pad. Timeline solid. Proof mounted. Saren exhaled. You built our case in lockdown. They locked us to shatter. We forged steel. Eli met her gaze. Family doesn't break. Rune grunted. Human stays. Proves worth. One trailer dropped from jump. Weapons live. Brace, Saren said. Eli targeted core. Fire. Shields buckled on both sides. Alarms wailed. Incoming boarders? Rune checked. Negative. But tractor beams clawed. Eli recalibrated. Overload their emitters. Saren rolled ship. Rune's barrage hit true. Tractors snapped. Debris field bloomed. They punched through. Embassy secondary dock, Eli said. Human fleet patrols there. Course set. Tension eased fractionally. In the lull, Saren turned. Clinic sabotage confirms it. My Barren mark. Fabricated. Eli nodded. Independent scan disproves. Embassy logs it public. Her hand found his knee. Squeezed deliberate. You treat me partner. Not leverage. Never leverage. He covered her hand. Scales cool. Pulse steady. Trust bloomed quiet. No words wasted. Proximity forged it. Lockdown's gift. Rune cleared throat. Contacts ahead. Vol pickets. Eli scanned. Hail Embassy. Invoke treaty. Comms lit. Human captain. Ward. Cleared hot. Escorts inbound. Vol pickets peeled off under fire. Escorts meshed. Docked secure. Med team waited. Saren submitted to scans. Eli coordinated logs. Results flashed. Fertile. Label fraud. Morrow's ploy cracked. King's broadcast faltered. Feeds showed Droven raging, exposed. Court murmured. Empire watched. But shadows lingered. Ilex Morrow's signature trailed faint. Eli built addendum to timeline. Sabotage vectors. Proof chained. Saren reviewed. This discredits him. Us, Eli corrected. Union stands. Her frills flared approval. Leaned close. Lips brushed his cheek. Ball custom. Bond sealed. Rune saluted. Guard you both. Doors sealed anew. Not prison. Fortress. Political humiliation reversed. Family emerged. Empire couldn't touch it, yet sensors pinged outer markers. Fresh signatures. Morrow rallied. Eli gripped console. Fight continued. Saren smiled fierce. Together. He nodded. Weapons hot. Onward. In the medbay wait. Eli reviewed full timeline. Palace poison traced to Chancellor's aides. Clinic falsified under royal seal. Dropped to public net. Embassy verified. Chaos rippled Baal space. Allies shifted. Droven isolated. Saren emerged. Scans complete. Clean. Ready. Eli stood. Case filed. Divorce impossible. Her eyes softened. Earned this. Hand in hand, they strode to bridge. Rune reported. Fleet masses. King's Gambit. Eli plotted defenses. Comm systems. Human edge. Foresight. Aliens. Ferocity. United. Unstoppable. Incoming volley lit void. Eli fired first. They held. Empire bent. Not broke. Eli yanked the maintenance schematic from the terminal. Saren. Service tunnels. King's guards blocked the main halls. She froze mid-step, frills twitching. Palace alarms wailed faint through the walls. Her eyes locked on the glowing overlay, narrow vents, forgotten ladders snaking beneath the grand corridors. Ambush, Eli said. They'll hit the east atrium in 3 minutes. Pattern from last week's drill logs. Captain Rune snorted from the doorway, armored bulk filling the frame. Human guesses. My scouts clear the route. Eli tapped the chrono. Drill was off script. They added 30 seconds recovery. Your guards lag that exact window. Watch. Seconds ticked. Ruin's comm crackled. Captain, East Atrium compromised. Unknowns in guard colors. Rune's mandibles clicked sharp. He strode forward, scanning the schematic. Predict next. West service lift. They'll bottleneck there. Eli traced the path. We go sub-level 3. Reroute via coolant ducts. Exits at neutral clinic block. Saren gripped Eli's arm. Her scales warmed under his sleeve. You mapped this blind? Public archives cross-referenced guard rotations. Eli folded the slate into his vest. Move! Rune barked orders into his comm. Contingent Alpha. Shadow sub 3. Human leads. He fell in behind, rifle humming low. They plunged into the access grate. Eli wedged it shut. Dim lumens flickered on riveted walls. Air hummed with distant pumps. Saren's breath rasped soft, while lungs strained in tight spaces. Left at junction. Eli whispered. Footsteps echoed above. Shadows shifted. Rune raised a claw. Contacts. Eli counted heartbeats. Bait. Real teams circling the lift now. Comm buzzed confirmation. Rune's eyes gleamed. Flank them. No time. Eli boosted Saren up the ladder. She climbed silent, frills pinned flat. Rune covered rear. Plasma venting hot. They spilled into the clinic sub-alcove. Neutral banners glowed. Empire sealed. No Vol jurisdiction. Physician waited. Scanner humming. Saren hesitated at the threshold. This voids royal consent. Father brands me traitor. Eli met her gaze. Independent review. Your choice. I reroute. Protect. But you sign. Her frills quivered. She scanned his face. Then the slate. Pen scratched firm. Trust earned. Proceed. Physician nodded. Full fertility matrix. Non-invasive. Saren stripped to scales. Lay on the pad. Scanner word. Eli stood guard by the door. Rune at his flank. Minutes stretched. Readout flashed green. Physician straightened. Fertile. Optimal profile. Original palace tampered. Markers spliced. Chancellor seal faint. But there. Eli's fist clenched. Log it. Embassy chain. Saren rose, wrapping robes tight. Her hand found Eli's. Free. Rune growled approval. King's ploy burns. Alarms spiked anew. Doors sealed. King's voice boomed over externals. Clinic lockdown. Report classified. State security. Eli pulled feeds. Droven's guards swarmed the block, seizing data cores. Morrow's silhouette darted in the grainy cam. Smooth orders, report yanked. They're scrubbing, Eli said. We stream first. Sarian's frills flared fierce. Public net. Now. Rune patched through Palace Override. His code still held. Feed burst live. Scan results. Timestamps. Forgery overlays. Empire channels lit. Chaos erupted. Court hollow screens flickered empire-wide. Droven's face purpled on intercept. Fabrication. Human sabotage. But logs chained true. Moro's aides scattered. Allies peeled from the king. Eli gripped the console. Embassy verifies in 10. Saren leaned in. Her lips brushed his cheek. Ball bond right, scales tingling. Union holds. Ruin saluted crisp. Guard shifts to you both. They sealed into secure wing. Not cells. Stronghold. Sensors pinged outer hulls. Fresh signatures massed. Eli plotted vectors. Fleet inbound. King's gambit. Incoming volleys lit the void. Eli fired countermeasures first. Shields held. Saren smiled sharp. Together. He nodded. Weapons hot. Onward, but shadows deepened. Moro's signature lingered on subchannels. Eli traced it. Poison vectors from palace vents. Clinic falsies under royal wax. He chained the timeline. Aids, seals, drops to public nets. Embassy pinged affirm. Chaos rippled vol space. Droven isolated. Saren emerged from secondary scan. Clean. Ready. Case filed, Eli said. Divorce off table. Her eyes softened. Hand clasped his. They strode bridgeward. Rune reported. Fleet masses. Perimeter breach attempt. Eli overlaid defenses. Calm grid snapped into place. Human foresight meshed Vol fury. Volley struck. Eli countered precise. They held. Empire watched. Bent, not broke. Eli reviewed full logs in medbay lull. Palace poison pinned to Moro's circle. Falsified under Droven's blind eye. Public nets boiled. Allies flipped. King's broadcast stuttered. Feeds caught him raging. Throne empty. Court murmured. Saren stood tall beside ally. Family forms. He squeezed her hand. Untouchable. Sensors screamed anew. Outer markers hot. Moro rallied remnants. Eli gripped console. Ext play. Saren's frills lock battle ready. Ours. Docked. Secure. Med team inbound. Scans primed. They moved as one. In the dim service tunnels earlier that cycle, Eli had first seen her trust ignite. Reroute schematics clutched tight. He'd predicted the guard sweep down to the second. Rune's doubt cracked then. Human calm outpacing Vol instinct. Impossible, Ruin had muttered, watching his own patrol blunder into the trap. Eli flagged. Patterns, Eli replied. No brag. Just fact. Saren signed the consent right there, under flickering vents. Her claw trembled once, then stilled. You see traps I miss. Now physician's confirmation sealed it. Manipulation clear, fertility intact. King's seizure failed. Streams outpaced his lockdown. Report viral. Droven seized what scraps remained, bellowed security, but Empire auditors descended. Eli built the addendum, sabotage chains, aid logs, Moro's faint digital trail. Saren reviewed the slate. Discredits him. Us, Ally corrected. Union stands. Her frills flared wide. Approval. Affection raw. She leaned close. Lips brushed his cheek again. Bond deepened. Rune saluted from the hatch. Guard you both, always. Doors sealed. Fortress, not prison. Political humiliation flipped. Family forged. Empire couldn't control it. Yet fresh pings hit markers. Moro's fleet ghosts. Eli plotted. Saren armed beside him. Quiet competence met royal fire. They turned the tide. On the bridge, volleys lit stars. Eli's grids predicted arcs. Rune's gunners struck true. Shields flared. Enemy faltered. Saren's voice cut comms. Borders inbound. Hangar bay. Eli spun. Funnel them. Service tunnels again. Rune grinned mandibles. Your way. Bay dropped. Levels. Eli led. Schematic etched in mind. Ambush waited. Predicted. Plasma barked. Vol roars shook vents. Eli flanked silent. Human stealth. Alien wrath. Moro strike team crumpled. Clear. Back to bridge. Feeds showed Droven's throne room empty. Chancellor fled. Empire fleets shifted allegiance. Saren gripped Ellie's shoulder. Earned. He nodded. Horizons opened, but one ping lingered. Deep shadow. Morrow's ace? Eli traced it. Comm systems engaged. Fight eternal. Union eternal. Sensors locked. Weapons primed. Incoming. Saren's voice sliced through the throne room's murmurs. I carry the air. Eli stood at her side. Slate gripped tight. Frills along her neck flared crimson. Defiance, not fear. The court gasped. King Droven's mandibles clicked shut mid-sentence. His eyes locked on her abdomen. You dare! Announce now. Droven boomed. Before my classification order binds. Sarian's hand rested on her belly. The order dies unborn. Like your schemes. Eli scanned faces. Chancellor Morrow leaned forward. Claws tapping. Captain Rune shifted at the guard's flank, gaze flicking to Eli. Trust simmered there, earned drop by drop. Droven rose. Succession Law Article 7. Royal blood claims custody of heirs in utero. The child is Vol, seized for the throne. Guards snapped to attention. Saren's frills wilted a fraction. Eli stepped forward. Council precedent overrides. Human treaty addendum. Human words mean nothing. Droven snarled. You wed my barren reject. Prove your seed takes root, or prove inferiority. Morrow whispered in the king's ear, smug. Eli's slate pinged silent alerts. Protests brewed outside. Morrow's mobs. Time compressed. Eli tapped his comm. Invoke emergency session. Interstellar Treaty Council. Now. The chamber. Hollow flared to life. Human ambassadors materialized. Alien delegates from a dozen worlds. Chairwoman Lyra's voice cut in. Envoy Ward. State the breach. Eli spoke level. King Droven claims custody of a treaty-bound heir. Violates Alliance Charter Section 4. Spousal sovereignty. Droven bellowed. Lies! The princess. Scans confirm gestation. Lyra interrupted. Ned Holo projected. Embryo pulse. Vol human hybrid. Council rules. No seizure pending review. Stand down. Guards hesitated. Rune's voice rumbled low to Eli. Your grids saved my squad twice. This holds? Ellie nodded once. Holds. Droven's throne shuddered under his fist. Adjourned. You puppets. Morrow. End this farce. Morrow bowed smooth. As you command, Majesty. Alarms wailed outside. Feeds showed mobs surging palace gates. Barren witch, they chanted. Human taint aborts the air. Rocks pelted walls. Morrow's agitators, seated weeks ago. Saren gripped Eli's arm. They forced panic, miscarriage ploy. Eli pulled her toward the side arch. Embassy corridor. Prepped it yesterday. Ruin blocked a guard's advance. Ow! Bye-bye time. They ran. Palace corridors twisted. Frill echoes bouncing. Eli's schematic overlaid vision. Service vents. Blind turns. Mobs breached outer yards. Gates groaned shut. Droven's trap. Here. Eli punched the hidden panel. Human forged lock. Clicked open. Embassy tunnel yawned. Lit by emergency strips. Saren stumbled. Hand to belly. The child. Stable. Eli supported her elbow. Calm voice racing mind. Grids plotted. Shuttle weight. Jump coordinates. Off-world or die-leashed. Shouts echoed behind. Seal the human rat! They plunged in. Door hissed shut. Dim hum of grav lifts. Saren's breath steadied. You mapped this under their noses. Systems thinking. Eli checked rear sensors. Clear. They chase ghosts. Tunnel spat them into the embassy bay. Human shuttle idled. Ramps down. Pilot waved. Council's green-lit evac. Strap in. Eli buckled Saren first. Her frills brushed his hand. Trust electric. We fight free. Affirm. Thrusters roared. Bay doors parted. Stars beckoned. Palace feeds crackled on the shuttle slate. Droven raged in empty throne room. Morrow vanished into shadows. Mobs milled. Leaderless. Rune's comm patched through. Gates hold. Fleet inbound. Yours or his. Eli patched council overrides. Mine. Alliance vectors locked. Shuttle punched atmosphere. Vol orbitals loomed. King's interceptors ghosted on scopes. Saren leaned into Eli. He wanted humiliation. We build legacy. Eli adjusted course. Earned, not seized. Interceptors peeled in. Warnings blared. Eli's fingers flew, evasive grids, predictive arcs. Human math danced with alien drives. Shields up, Saren said. Her claws primed a turret console. Royal fire met quiet code. First volley splashed harmless. Eli funneled them into crossfire lanes. Saren fired. Hits bloomed. Rune's voice. Docking your escort. Morrow's ghosts scatter. They docked hard. Cruiser bridge swarmed. Rune clasped Eli's shoulder, mandibles wide. Human way wins. Sensors pinged fresh. Deep shadow. Cloaked. Morrow's ace. Eli traced it. Lock weapons. Incoming. Saren armed beside him. Union primed. Empire fractured. Droven's fleet shifted. Loyalists peeled away. Feeds showed throne room chaos. Morrow's plan crumbled, but the shadow closed. Eli plotted intercepts. Saren's voice cut comms. Borders. Hangar. Funnel them, Eli said. Service tunnels. Rune grinned. Your playbook. They dropped. Eli led silent flanks. Ambush sprung. Plasma cracked. Vol roars died. Clear. Bridge volleys let void. Enemy faltered. Saren gripped tight. Horizons ours. One ping lingered. Eli's grids word. Fight. Eternal. Council session reconvened mid-jump. Lyra's hollow. Custody denied. Marriage ratified. Ball succession disrupted. Droven's face twisted on split feed. Traitors. The hybrid. Protected. Ellie cut in. Treaty holds. Morrow's shadow vessel decloaked. Torpedoes hot. Eli triggered countermeasures. Jams bloomed. Saren targeted weak shields. Rune's gunners synced. Hull breach alarms. Borders breached hangar. Eli grabbed rifle. With me. Corridors ran hot. Eli predicted vents. Saren covered high ground. Frill's battle red. Rune flanked low. Morrow's elites crumpled. Last one gasped. Chancellor. Escapes. Sensors confirmed. Shuttle fleeing to fringe worlds. Back to bridge. Fleets realigned. Empire cracked. Saren touched Eli's cheek. Lips brushed skin. Family. Uncontrollable. Eli nodded. Scopes cleared. But pings whispered. Morrow's web lingered. Quiet competence forged ahead. Royal fire burned bright. They turned tide. Deep shadow returned. Weapons primed. Incoming. Eli slammed the data crystal into the council holoprojector. Light bloomed across the chamber. Hollow screens flickered to life, displaying clinic records stamped with Vol Imperial seals. These, Eli said, voice steady, falsify Princess Saren's fertility scans. Chancellor Morrow ordered them 2 cycles ago. Gasps rippled through the tiered seats. Alien counselors leaned forward, frills twitching. King Droven's throne loomed at the apex, his scaled face twisting. Lies, Droven bellowed. Human fabrication. Eli tapped the crystal. Timestamp scrolled. Forgery metadata glowed red. Cross-verified by 3 neutral mid-clinics. Morrow's access codes embedded. From his seat beside Saren, Eli felt her hand brush his under the table. Cool scales against skin. Trust earned in fire and void. Counselor Lyra, a neutral from the Fringe Alliance, zoomed the hollow. These seals match palace archives. Chancellor, explain. Morrow stood smooth in his robes. A security glitch. Human tampering. Saren rose. Her voice cut like crystal chimes. Royal Precedent 4-7. Vol. I invoke witness seals. She pressed her palm to the table scanner. Blue light raced up her arm, binding her testimony. Counselors murmured. Ancient law. Irrevocable. Chancellor Ilex Morrow, Saren continued, accessed my private medlogs without consent. He altered results to label me Barren. Proof streams from my personal vault. Hollow feeds split. Palace security cams played. Morrow at a terminal, fingers dancing over keys. His face calm, efficient. Droven's claws. Scraped his armrests. Preposterous. My Chancellor. Stands exposed, Saren said. Seals locked. Morrow's diplomatic immunity shattered. Guards moved to flank him. Eli watched Morrow's eyes dart. The schemer calculated. Too late. Captain Rune Keth strode to the podium next. His guard armor gleamed under lights. Eli nodded once. Rune had chosen sides in the corridors, rifles hot.
Commander Keth.
Lyra prompted. Your testimony. Rune activated his wrist pad. Schematics unfolded. Palace vents, kitchens, Saren's chambers. Red lines traced poison dispersal paths. Poison attempt on Princess Saren, Rune said. Nanite-laced meals. Traced to palace command relays. Morrow's overrides bypassed my locks. Counselors hissed. Vol custom forbade kin-slaying, even rivals. Collusion? Lyra pressed. Rune pointed.
Command logs show King's authorization stamp.
Forged, but routed through his terminal. Morrow's team executed. Droven surged, half-risen. Insolence! You serve me. Rune met his gaze. I serve the Vol line. Evidence forwarded to fleet admirals. Loyalists confirm. Morrow's web reached your guard rotations. Eli's grids hummed in his implant. Real-time feeds from Rune's team. Morrow's shuttle signatures scattered to fringes. Empire cracking. Droven sank back. Sweat beaded his brow scales. Council sanctions loomed. Fleet blockades, trade freezes. Lyra turned to the king. Your Majesty. The Autonomy Charter. Sign or face interdict. The holo contract scrolled. Eli had drafted it nights ago. In Saren's quarters. Quiet hours. Her head on his shoulder. Plotting beyond survival. Droven's claw hovered. This cedes household control to the princess? Binding, Eli said. Sanctions lift on signature. Treaty holds. Frills across the chamber flattened in submission. Drovan slashed his seal. Light flashed green. Charter locked. Saren stood again. Her hand found Eli's openly now. Counselors noted the touch. By Vol right, she declared. I name Eli Ward, partner consort, equal in my house. Murmurs peaked. Human-alien unions rare, sanctioned only by council ratification. Lyra nodded, ratified. Household autonomous. Eli squeezed her hand. Her pulse thrummed under scales. But Saren wasn't done. She activated her abdomen scanner, a soft glow projected. Embryonic vitals pulsing steady. Heartbeat echoed chamber-wide. The Barren princess carries, she said. Heir to Vol horizons. Status secured beyond throne reach. Silence crashed, then chaos. Droven's eyes bulged. Impossible. The records. Falsified. Eli cut in. I wrote the terms. Heir protected under Charter Clause 12 parental sovereignty. No royal override. Counselors erupted. Hybrid viable. Succession shifts. Drovan clutched his throne. You, human filth. This union thrives, Saren said. Her frills flared royal blue. Pride. Eli stood beside her. Calm grids plotted next moves. Fleet intercepts for Morrow's remnants. But here, victory hummed. Rune saluted. My blades for the house. Lyra banged her gavel. Session yields to new order. Treaty empowered. As counselors filed out, Saren leaned into Eli. Lips brushed his ear. You saw the scans first. Held the truth. Systems thinking. He murmured. Your fire lit the path. Her scales warmed against him. Family forged. Unbreakable. But Eli's implant pinged. Deep shadow inbound. Morrow's last play. He gripped her hand tighter. Weapons primed. Council feeds looped the revelation. Eli monitored from the shuttle bay as Rune's teams loaded autonomy crates. Saren directed loaders. Her belly's glow hidden now under robes. Flank speeds, Eli told Rune. Morrow's fringes have patrols. Rune grinned, fangs sharp. Human predicts. We execute. Sarian approached. Charter beams to admirals. Loyalties flip. Eli nodded. One admiral's ping confirmed. Fleets realigning. Droven's impotent rage broadcast empire-wide. Feeds showed throne room empty. Guards peeled away. In the bay, Saren pulled Eli aside. The air kicks. He pressed palm to her abdomen. Tiny thrum. Human-alien spark. Quiet strength, she whispered, scales flushed. Eli kissed her forehead. No words needed. Alarms blared. Shadow decloaked. Morrow's corvette. Torpedoes live. Eli's grid snapped active. Funnel to vents. Ambush pattern delta. Rune barked orders. Gunners synced. Saren drew sidearm. Frills battle red. Together. Plasma cracked hulls. They charged corridors. Eli led silent flanks. Vents predicted. Elites crumpled. Moro's bridge feed hacked open. Chancellor sneered. Inferior ape. Eli targeted shields. Breach. Borders spilled. Saren covered high. Rune low. Eli centered. Last gasp. King will. Signs away, Eli said. Rifle barked. Clear. Bridge secured. Moro's corpse slumped at console. Sarium gripped Eli. Horizons ours. Eli scanned scopes. Pings faded. Empire theirs to rebuild. But one whisper lingered. Droven's hidden fleet. Fight eternal. Back aboard. Eli reviewed charter clauses. Saren nested in quarters, air monitors beeping soft. Rune entered. Guard rotations doubled. Your playbook saves us again. Team effort, Eli said. Saren smiled. Partner consort.
Ow!
Eli knelt by her. Hand on belly. Kick answered. Council hollow pinged. Sanctions lifted. New era dawned. Droven's face appeared. Defeated. Grandchild. Acknowledged. Under our terms, Saren replied. Line cut. Quiet competence won. Eli held her close. Trust. Absolute. Empire bent. But family? Uncontrollable. Incoming ping spiked. Deep shadow returned.